A very warm welcome to this webinar for MedicAlert members about getting the most out of your member record. I'm Rob Burley and I have been the CEO of MedicAlert since the start of this year. And prior to joining MedicAlert, I was involved in a number of health and disability charities, and I'm passionate about ensuring that people aren't held back by a health condition or allergy and that they get the best possible outcome in a health emergency. And over the past few months, I've really valued and enjoyed meeting and hearing from members and learning about the ways in which MedicAlert is supporting people now, but also hearing your thoughts and views on how we could develop our service for the future. Members are at the heart of everything that we do, and I'm determined to reach as many people as possible with the support that we provide. I've also been busy meeting with a range of health professional organisations, including the Royal College of Emergency Medicine, the College of Paramedics, the Royal College of GPs, and actually just this morning, St John Ambulance. That's because it's really vital that as well as meeting your needs and having a service that works for you, we also have a service that works for the health professionals who look after you, the ones who actually need to use the service to access your information and give you the care that you need when you need it. So by working with those organisations, we're really ensuring that we have a service that meets your needs and also is usable by health professionals. As those partnerships develop further, I'm really excited about updating you in later events like this or through other member communications. So you may have noticed recently that we've improved the layout of your member record online. And so this session has been set up to talk you through those. So we'll run you through the changes that we've made and show you how to update your record quickly and easily, and to include the most important information. I'm delighted that I'm joined by one of our team of registered nurses, Emma Brewer, and they really are at the centre of the service we provide. After Emma has introduced herself and said a few words about her role here at MedicAlert, we'll show a short video guiding you through the member records section, and then we'll open up to any questions that you might have. So we've had some great questions in advance, and there's plenty of room for more. So for those of you joining us live, do please use the Q&A function you should be able to see on your screen to submit any that you may have. And Emma and I will do our utmost to answer them. And if we can't answer them, we'll follow up with you afterwards, and particularly if your questions are a specific one linked to your own record. And if you do have questions that you think aren't suitable for the Q&A or that you'd rather get in touch privately with us, just use the email address info@medicalert.org.uk. We aren't able to give medical advice to individuals, but we'll answer as many questions as we can. So, Emma, can I invite you to introduce yourself and also just to explain a bit about what the team of registered nurses here at MedicAlert does and how you support the members?
Hi everyone, my name is Emma. I am one of the registered nurses here at MedicAlert. I have been here for 3 years now, having previously been a community nurse. I qualified in 2018 and then came from community nursing over to MedicAlert. As a team here at MedicAlert with the nurses, we will check any update that you make to your medical record, whether that be a document that you upload, a medication that you change, anything that you add on or take off to your medical record, or anything that one of the other team members here do to your medical record, we check, as well as any jewellery or wallet cards that you order. We check those for safety, accuracy, whether there's anything that we feel that needs to be added onto your jewellery or taken off. We will always give you a call and work that out with you.
Brilliant, thanks, Emma. We've actually had our first question already, which links to something I've just said and links to your role, Emma, as a nurse as well. So Annie's asked, are we planning to visit any national nursing organisations? Yes, definitely. We were actually just going through that this morning with the team here. So as well as the organisations I mentioned, there are others that we'd like to engage with as well. So particularly looking at linking up with the Royal College of Nursing and the Nursing and Midwifery Council. So yeah, I'm really keen to meet with as many partners and collaborate with as many other organisations as possible. So thanks, that's a great question, Annie. But yeah, definitely we're not limiting ourselves to first responders, emergency medics, doctors, etc. Definitely be looking at engaging with the nursing profession and community as well. So thank you for that. Emma, thanks. That was a really good introduction to your role. I think therefore what we'll do is we'll dive into the detail of the medical record section, and we'll play a short presentation that Emma's prepared in advance, which will talk you through it. So do please continue to use the Q&A function if you have any questions about what's in the video, or also if you'd like Emma to go into more detail on anything that you see in the video, and we'll come back after this. It's a short video. So Jonathan, when you're ready, if my colleague Jonathan, if you could play the video, that'd be great.
Hi, my name is Emma and I'm one of the nurses here at MedicAlert. I will be giving you a walkthrough of your MedicAlert profile so that you know where to find everything when you're inputting your information or updating your medical record. Keeping your medical information current is one of the best ways to ensure that we can support you in an emergency. When you arrive on your dashboard, you can see an overview of your profile picture, your membership number, and your renewal date. As we go through to member details, we can see your information, so your name, your date of birth, your email address, your phone number, and your home address, as well as your security question and any communication preferences. The contact section is for your emergency contacts. If you click on the Medical Record tab, your information has been split into your medical conditions or implants, your medical history, allergies, any medications that you're on, and finally, any additional information that might be useful. The next tab is called NHS Info. This is for any NHS specialists, any other doctors that you want to have on there, as well as your NHS number and any additional information that you wish to add to your profile. The next tab is your medical documents. You can hold up to 10 documents here, such as advanced directives, pacemaker cards, and any other medical documents you wish to have. You can also link your medical documents to your conditions. We have listened to member feedback about your record, so now it should be much quicker and easier to update. This layout should make it easier to find what you are looking for at a glance. If you get stuck or you aren't sure about something, our team is here to help you. Just give us a call or drop us an email.
Emma, thank you so much. And that's a really clear and concise sort of overview of the member record section. We had a question actually just before as you were going through it. So you mentioned the NHS information section, and it'd be really great to kind of just go over why that's so important. And the question in particular is, what sort of info are you looking for members to store there? What's helpful for them to have on their record?
That's a really good question. So the NHS info section is for any doctors, consultants, hospitals, NHS trusts that you are under for specialists for your conditions or that look after your medication, so that if we were to get a phone call in an emergency, we can contact those people, we can hand those details over for medical professionals to contact those departments to access your care plan, so that in an emergency they're able to access the best possible care for you. The question that was asked with regards to what sort of information are you looking for in the NHS box, so there's a box at the bottom of the NHS info section that was in the main medical record, but it's been moved over to the NHS info section. And that is for any additional information that you wish to have. So it might be, please contact my specific consultant first, or I've got a cat at home, or anything that you wish to have on there that doesn't quite, you don't want it on your main medical record, but you want to have it somewhere on your medical record. That's where that can go.
Brilliant, thank you very much. And then we've actually had another question from Julie has come in, which I think is really which is really helpful and sort of linked to that. So you also talked about the section where people can store information and kind of and documents on their profile. So first of all, what kind of documents might that be? And the specific question from Julie is how many medical documents can people upload to that section?
So we can hold up to 10 documents in the medical documents section, and they can be anything from prescriptions. If you're on lots and lots of different medications and you wanted to have an up-to-date prescription on the record, you're welcome to upload that. We can then, as a team of nurses, cross-match and reference that with your medical record and make sure that that's all up to date. Also, pacemaker cards. So if you've had a pacemaker fitted, it's always really important for us to have the card so that if you were in a situation where you needed, for example, an MRI scan, the medical professionals might need to know the different numbers for your pacemaker. So that's always a really important one to have, as well as power of attorneys, do not resuscitate orders, respect forms. Some people quite like to upload their discharge summaries as well, just to give a bit of a background as to their most recent medical investigations or diagnosis as well.
Brilliant, thank you. And just more broadly speaking, why is it important for members to keep their records up to date? Why is that such a key thing to be able to do?
Yeah, it's super important. So, in an emergency situation, we would want to be able to hand over the most up to date medical information possible. The more up to date with regards to the medications that you're on, your allergies, your conditions, the better. It just means that we're able to give that accurate information in an emergency situation.
Brilliant. And then, final question before I dive into some of the ones that have come in advance, and also I'm sure people will keep flowing some questions through the Q&A. If a member isn't confident in updating their own record or using the system themselves, are we able to support them still? And if so, what's the best way for them to access that support?
Absolutely. We've got a super friendly team. We work Monday to Friday, 8 until 3:30. We're available via email, which is info@medicalert.org.uk, or the phone number that's on the screen now. Please feel free to give us a call, drop us an email. We're more than happy to answer any questions.
Brilliant. Thanks, Emma. I'll turn to some of the questions that we had in advance from members, and one that came up in our webinar earlier today actually was around data security. So that's something we're really committed to. We're really conscious that you're sharing medical and personal information with us, and we need to make sure that that data is secure. So we're fully GDPR compliant, and we have really comprehensive policies and processes in place to ensure the security of the data that you share with us, and also we only hold the data that you choose to share with us as well. And we make sure we don't share it with anybody else other than those who need to know about it in an emergency or are looking after you. We have something called the Cyber Essentials certification, and that's a UK scheme that is designed to show an organisation has cyber security protection. And we undergo an annual assessment to maintain that. And it's a scheme that's backed by the UK government and is looked after by the National Cyber Security Centre. We also have an external data protection officer who ensures that we look after sort of data effectively. So I hope that sort of reassures people around their sort of data security, because it really is crucial to us that's in place. We had another question that came in advance, was around whether we're going to introduce something on the bracelets and the IDs that might pinpoint where someone is if they have a fall in the street. There's nothing like that in development at the moment, but we do work closely with medical alerts in other countries. And I think we've had a question about that actually, so I'll turn to that in a minute. So it's something that others are exploring, and that they're particularly, I think, particularly in relevance to people with dementia who are at risk of going missing. So we'll watch that really closely. We're going to have a member survey that's going to come out later this month, which will be an opportunity for people to tell us what they value most about the service now, but also other developments they'd like to see the service offer. So actually, that's a really good opportunity to put ideas forward like that, so we can look at them and consider. Because if we get a lot of people who are looking for that kind of service, then we can obviously gives us the motivation to explore it. But also we can talk to our partner organisations and our kind of our friends in other organisations about how we might roll roll that out. Emma, I'm going to turn to you for one of the advanced questions. So, someone here is on several medications and needs to update them on their records. So, you talked a bit about how you support people to do that, but what is the easiest way to upload sort of lots of medications, and how would they know which ones to prioritize over other medications and what to choose to put on the bracelet?
That's a great question and something that we get quite a lot. So, if you've got lots and lots of medications and it's all super overwhelming and you don't know where to start, you can send us a photo of your prescription or you can drop it in an email. We can upload it onto the system for you and then we can give you a call, or you're welcome to give us a call, and we can go through what would be the most important thing to have on your jewellery. We always like to prioritize things like blood thinners or antiplatelet drugs, immunosuppressants, all of that sort of thing. But that's the sort of thing that we can help you with over the phone should you need it.
Brilliant. Thanks, Emma. And the question that came in when I was talking about international collaboration was from Liz, and actually it's around people being able to access, particularly medical professionals, being able to access the service in different languages if a member is overseas. And that's right, isn't it? We have quite a comprehensive translation service, so that's possible. Is that something you're able to give us some more information about?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a translation service. So if you're abroad and you had a medical professional phone us, we're still able to hand over all of your medical information should they need it using our translation service. So yeah, that is something that we are completely able to do.
Brilliant. Thanks, Emma. That's great. Another advanced question we had was asking around something that we're involved in at the moment called the Herbert protocol. So someone just asked us to explain a bit more about what that is and how it works. So almost a million people living. Sorry, let me start again. Almost 1 million people in the UK are living with dementia, and 70% of those people go missing at least once. And we know that annually, 40,000 people living with dementia will go missing for the first time. So the Herbert Protocol was something that was developed by police in Norfolk, and it's named after a man called George Herbert. And George Herbert was someone who's living with dementia in the Norfolk area, and he was one of those people that would regularly go missing. So he loved walking, he loved being out and about. But he would often forget where he was going, or he would arrive at a location and not remember why he was there, and could become distressed or disorientated. So, working with him and his family, the local police developed a scheme or developed a process by which they recorded where he might go and what areas had strong affinity for him, whether they be sort of places he used to visit, places with a personal connection, so that when he went missing, or if the family didn't know where he was, the police could more quickly locate him by searching in places where he was likely to be. That became a system that was adopted by other police forces, but it was paper based and it wasn't standardized. So when we were exploring how we could better support people living with dementia, we realized it was something that we could utilize our MedicAlert systems to help with. So essentially, we digitized the process. So we now are able to hold people's Herbert protocol forms. And the way we've approached that has been endorsed by the National Police Chiefs Council. And we have a number of police force partnerships, including Thames Valley Police and the Met and others as well. So it's a UK wide scheme. And essentially, information that people store with us, if they have dementia or they're carer for someone with dementia, we store that securely. If the police are called to a missing person incident and they think that someone might have dementia, they can call us through the emergency helpline. We are able to inform them if we do hold a Herbert protocol. So all we need is a surname and a postcode. And if they have passed our checks that they are a legitimate police caller, and the primary one being they want the information sent to a police email address, we can send them that protocol so that the search can be the time of the search can be lessened. So we currently hold 1,000 Herbert protocols, and we're on track to be holding 5,000 by the end of the year. And we're working in close partnership with dementia organisations like Alzheimer's Society, Dementia Carers Count, and Dementia UK. If it's something you want to find out more information about, we've actually got a dedicated website, so you can go to herbertprotocol.com. So many thanks for that question that came in advance. It's something we're really proud to be able to be supporting with. Another advanced question was around are emergency services trained to look for and recognise medical alert pendants and indeed other medical IDs? So yes, that's a great question. Actually, it was something we were talking to St John Ambulance about this morning. So yes, people are trained. So paramedics are trained as part of the kind of first assessment they do to look out for kind of medical ID. We're keen to work out how we can improve that, and that's why we're talking to groups like the College of Paramedics and the Royal College of Emergency Medicine, but also linking back to the earlier question, also kind of nursing groups and just general sort of medical practitioners. And we're looking at developing. We do have training materials available, so we can make example discs available for people who are training health professionals. They can show them on hand and familiarize people with the system. But that's something we're definitely doing. So yes, people are trained to do it, and also it's something we're determined to do more of as well. So I'll turn to a question that I think is more for Emma to answer now. So it was around kind of what happens if people don't like the way information is put on the wallet card, and how is that information decided on, Emma? So over to you.
So the wallet cards are computer generated. So it is just a snapshot of what is on your medical record. If you were in an emergency situation, or if medical professionals needed to access more information with regards to what's on your wallet card, our emergency phone number is on the front of your card, along with your membership number. So medical professionals can always give us a call, but on the back is a snapshot of what is on your record.
Brilliant. Thanks, Emma. I went to unmute but realised I hadn't muted, so hopefully I didn't make any noise when you were speaking. Another question that was definitely one for you, I think, was someone asked whether historic membership numbers can be reactivated. And the example they gave was they've got a relative who has an engraved MedicAlert silver bracelet and would like to become a member again without having to replace it if possible. So is that something we can do?
Good question. It depends on when the membership was last active. So, in that sort of a situation, it's best to give our team a call and we can look into that for you. We do actually offer disc exchange services on our precious metals, so our gold and our silver jewellery. So, that is an option should the membership still be able to become active, but give us a call or drop us an email and we can go through that with you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Emma. In the knowledge that this will flush out some more questions, I'm sure, in the Q&A, I'll just take a quick look before I start to wrap up. Emma, any questions in the Q&A that you'd like to expand on that I haven't answered fully, do you think?
Nope, I don't think so. I think
Excellent.
everything is covered so far.
Brilliant. So I'll start to wrap up, but there's plenty of time left. So if they want to drop something in the Q&A, then do so, and I'll turn to it. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us, particularly those who submitted questions, and thank you, Julie, for your comment about our work with the dementia community. It's something we're really passionate about, and something we'd like to expand and do in other condition areas as well. So that's really, really great that you're seeing that work happening. A big thanks to Emma for being with us as well. There'll be a recording of the session made available over the coming days, and we'll also be sending you a short feedback form, and that will really help us to plan for future webinars to ensure that we can develop a program that covers the things that you want to know more about. So as I said, we're really keen to kind of engage more with members and hear more from you, but also ensure that we're able to inform you about things that you think are most relevant. We have had a question come. I knew this would happen. We have had a question come in. Let me just have to check the question. Emma, this is a good one again from Judy. Can you explain how I can get a wallet card? Is that something someone can contact us to get? How do they get hold of a wallet card?
Absolutely. So, wallet cards are available in our online shop. Just by logging in through your account, go into the shop section, and the wallet cards are available to buy there. Alternatively, you're welcome to give us a call, and we can do that with you over the phone.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. So yeah, we can definitely field some more questions, but as I sort of finalise the wrap up, so it'd be also really great to take this opportunity to thank those of you who've donated to MedicAlert in the past. So your support really is vital, and it helps us to ensure that we can reach people who may not otherwise be able to benefit from our support. So that includes children under 10 through our early start program, but also our major initiative, the Herbert protocol, and also would help us to be able to fund and embark on other activities similar to that. So we've popped a link into the chat about how you can donate if you wish to do so, and there's some information on the screen as well. I said, well, two more questions are coming. Let me just review those questions. So a good question from Tracy. If you have a wallet card that goes missing, how are we protected? So presumably, Emma, obviously someone would also have the ID as well, but presumably if someone's missing that information, they should contact us straight away so we can send something out to replace that. But also, yeah, over to you. I'm going to try and answer the question because you're definitely more expert than me on this one, Emma.
Yeah, so if your wallet card goes missing, contact us. You're welcome to purchase another wallet card if you wanted to. Alternatively, if you've got your jewellery to hand, fantastic, but your membership is still active. So if you were in a medical emergency, medical professionals can still call us 24/7. So don't worry, your medical information is still accessible, even if you don't have a wallet card anymore.
Brilliant. And we've had two good questions from Michelle, sort of linked to the same topic around next of kin. So the first one was just how can someone change their next of kin, and then also how many people can be added as someone's next of kin on the record.
So I think it's 10 people as your emergency contacts on your record, but I will double check that for you. You can do that yourself online just through the contact section, or you're welcome to give us a call or drop us an email and we can do that with you. You can delete next of kin as well if you want to. You can add them as an advocate, add them as being able to access your emails from us, or able to be contacted in an emergency. There's lots of different options for people that you're adding in your contact section. But if you're unsure, just give us a call or drop us an email.
Thanks, Emma. And actually, it's one of the topics we've been discussing with the health professional bodies that I was talking about was the fact that we're able to provide that next level of information beyond what might be on your record, your NHS record. So actually having a range of people who you would want contacted in an emergency is a real key part of the service, and something that the College of Paramedics in particular sort of welcomed in terms of being able to have a range of people they could contact. We've had a really good question from John around, is MedicAlert recognised abroad? So yes, it is. So we work very closely with our international affiliate. So MedicAlert actually started in California and came to the UK 60 years ago, I think just over 60 years ago. And we work most closely with our sort of partners in Canada, Australia, the USA and New Zealand, but there are many other medical alerts across the world as well. One of the reasons the symbol is what it is on the MedicAlert ID is it's the universally recognised symbol of medicine. And again, that's why we also have the translation service, so that a medic abroad should be able to recognise that there is a piece of medical ID on you, and then when they contact the information line, the helpline, the emergency line, are able to speak to somebody in that language. Emma, do you want to add anything to that, or is that sort of summarise the kind of the abroad recognition sufficiently, do you think?
No, I think that's all summarised. Really good point about the universal tag that is recognised worldwide. So even if you are in a country that doesn't have English as a first language, the MedicAlert logo is something that is still recognisable.
Brilliant, thank you. We've had some questions from Colin around some of our ID, and I don't know if we know the answer to that. I certainly know the answer to this, so it may be something we need to come back to. But it was actually about one of them was about the colour. So can dogs kind of sort of tags and identifiers be made in red as well as black, as red stands out better? I'm not sure if we do change the colour, Emma. If we don't know, we can post something afterwards.
So that is something that we can certainly pass on to the production team. It's not something that we've got at the moment, but we can certainly pass that feedback on.
Brilliant, and that's a good what's the right word? A good trail for the member survey as well. So that's definitely the kind of thing that if you wanted to put that forward in the member survey, that would be a great way to do that. So look out for that later in the month. Someone's asked, what is an advocate? And I'm conscious that in healthcare and in social care, that term advocate has a range of meanings. So I suggest if you get in contact with us through info@medicalert.org.uk with a bit more information about the question, we can definitely help with that, because I don't want to give an answer to the question that isn't the one you were asking, but thank you very much for the question. So I will start to wrap up again, which again will flush out more questions. As I've mentioned several times, there is going to be a member survey coming, so do please take part in that, and do also just get in touch with the team if you have any questions or need further help. So I often sit next to Emma and the team and hear the calls coming in, and I can assure you they are a very friendly team, and are always able to offer the assistance that's needed, or signpost people to where they need to get the help from. So do please just keep in touch with us. So thanks again for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your evening and look forward to more events like this in the future. So do please give us some feedback when the form comes through and take part in the member survey. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Take care. Bye bye.